So I'm going to show you how to do child's pose variations using the props. Child's pose is a pose that can be very relaxing, very tension relieving, especially in the back, in the lower back, and in the shoulders. But a lot of times we might get pins and needles if we're there for too long, especially if we're kind of forcing our body into child's pose. And so these variations are going to help you to really get comfort out of the pose so that you can really release the tension in the areas that you need it the most. So starting off by showing you just a regular child's pose. There are two versions of child's pose, one of which you will be kind of sitting normal and you're just gonna go down, and this is gonna be the more relaxing child's pose. You're gonna let your arms fall on both sides, maybe your forehead is on the floor. And the second child's pose variation is when you have more of a wider stance, you're sitting down on your heels and you go down, and this one is more of a tension relieving child's pose. You're going to be relieving the tension in your shoulders a lot in this pose, and so the point of this is to try to keep your bum on your heels and your spine straight. But a lot of times in these poses, like I said, either you can't reach fully or you get pins and needles and it's just a little bit hard on your body, and poses like this should not be hard on your body. They should be completely relaxing. You should be able to completely let go. And so I'm going to show you the variations with the pillows that you can use for this. So for the active child's pose, you're going to start with your knees wider apart. You're going to have your bum pressed down on your heels. This is the importance of this pose here. To keep a long spine is to keep your bum pressed to your heels. So you're going to walk your hands. So you're not going to start off like this because then you're losing the contact. You're going to start off with your bum pressed against your heels and you're going to start walking your hands forward. Now, there are a few variations here. You can press your hands directly on the pillows and start to lean down. Notice that my shoulders are sliding forward and I'm not curving my back. My forehead is arriving on the pillows, so I have a nice support there. So in this pose, I'm higher off the ground, my bum is still on my heels, and by pressing down with my forearms, I get a nice stretch in my spine. Another variation of this pose is that you can bring these a little bit closer and you can just press with your hands and lower your shoulders. So here you have a nice stretch in your spine as well. It's more of an active pose, but you still get the nice relaxation. You can also let your head hang here. And another variation is that you can take this pillow and flip it over. You can take this one as well. This way you can come into more of a relaxed position where you're higher off the ground. So here you walk your hands over. And you just let go and relax. And you can go ahead and put the props where you need them also. If you need them more here, you can go ahead and do that. It's going to lift up your chest a little bit. It's going to allow your head to go down, to relax more in the neck area. So those are the variations for the active child's pose. So now for the passive child's pose, there are a few variations that we can do for that as well. So the first variation of the passive pose is one where you can make space in your body. So you're gonna want to put this one here so that you can come back and sit down on it. You can put the medium one here, and then the small one for your forehead on the ground. This is a really nice variation to be able to fully let go and relax. If doing this on the floor is not attainable for you, a lot of times I get pins and needles here. With having the pillow there, it opens it up. It allows for more circulation in your body. Another variation of this could be to put this one here to make space and rest your forehead on the large and small pillow here. And you can go ahead and put your arms wherever you want, whatever feels more relaxing for you. And of course, another variation could simply be to widen your stance here. This is if you want to make more space between you and the ground. So you can actually have all three. Angle them however you want, however it feels good. I put this one upside down. And the last variation is to prop yourself a little bit off the ground. So we're going to be going ahead and putting this one here like this underneath you. This one to keep you stable. And you have a much larger stance in this one. So your knees are very wide. It gives you a lot of space. You're a little bit further up off the ground. And you can go ahead and do any of the modifications that we did before. If you prefer like this, if you prefer like this, letting your head hang. Or if you prefer to go all the way to the ground, hug the pillow and let your head fall. So those are the different variations of the child's pose with the props. Go ahead and try them all out, see what works best for you, modify them even further, make yourself feel as comfortable as possible. This pose is there to relieve your muscles, to relieve your stress, so there shouldn't be any tension in your body when you're doing it whatsoever.